Hello everyone, this is the video tutorial to do the graph on Lab Investigation 2.3. So if you've not watched that video, stop right now and go do that, and also answer the other questions in Lab Investigation 2.3. So I've got the graph up, and so it says use the grid below to make a graph to show the patterns in your data. So you're taking the data from this table that you created. So it says, so be sure to label the axes and include a title. So we're going to name this, this graph. So it's graph 1. Let me move this up a little. So graph 1, and the name we're going to call this, so we need to include both of our axes when we're naming our graph. So in this case, the independent variable that we had was the number of batteries. So the independent variable goes on the x-axis, and the dependent variable, the one that we're measuring, goes on the y-axis. So the independent variable here is the batteries, and the dependent variable that we're measuring is voltage. So we need to include batteries and voltage in the name of our graph. So we're going to name this changes in voltage, and we measure voltage in V. So it's 3 o'clock, end of school, yay. But changes in voltage when increasing the number of batteries. And we did that for both series and parallel circuits. Okay, so I'm going to center this a little bit better. Okay, so now we need to label our x-axis, and that's our independent variable. So this is going to be the number of batteries. And then our y-axis, unfortunately, I'm not sure if we can take our text and have it going vertically where it's read from the bottom to the top. I'm not sure we can do that, so we're just going to keep it horizontal right now. So we're going to say that our dependent variable is the voltage, and that's in B. Okay, now we need to put numbers on our graph. So we had a total of 3 batteries, so we need to put 3 marks on here. Well, I already counted it for you. There are 28 lines. Well, 27 is divisible by 3, and so 27 divided by 3 is 9. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines, and put our 1 here. And then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is where 2 is. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's where 3 is. And that makes sense because there are 28 total. This is 27th line. 3 times 9 is 27. So a lot of you ask why I spread this out so far. The reason for that is because when we're given a graph, we want to utilize all the space we have so we can see the trends a little easier. So now I need to put numbers on my y-axis. So the numbers that I need on there are going from really 0 to 5. Well, I went ahead and counted, and I have let's see, 16 of the horizontal lines. So if this is 16, a number divisible by 5 is going to be 15. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So I'm going to say for every 3 tick marks, I can put a number. So there's the third one. So this will be 1. 1, 2, 3. Here will be 2. 1, 2, 3. Here's 3 volts. 1, 2, 3, here's 4 volts, and then 1, 2, 3, here's 5 volts. So we need to remember too, each tick mark is 0.333 and a repeating 3. So we need to remember that when we're plotting everything. So right here would be 0.6 repeating, and here's 1. So this would be 1.3 repeating, 1.6 repeating, and then 2. So when we're plotting our data, we need to look at our table that we created. And so I've got another table that I've put over here for you. Also, we need to think about, we're going to label, or we're going to graph both the series data and the parallel data. So what I need to do is over here, I need to create a key. So I'm going to say that this is my key. And so since I have 2 data points that I need to plot, I'm going to plot the number of the series in red and the parallel in green. And you'll see that better in a second. So I'm going to say that red is for series. I'm going to make this bold. And that green is for parallel. And of course you can make any color you want, but I figured it's getting close to Christmas season, so why not use Christmas colors? Okay, so first I want to plot the series in red. So I'm going to go to my, let's see, I think it was drawing that we could use and increase to 6, and if we just click on there, it'll give us a good dot on our coordinate points. So I'm going to go to green. I know it's not the same green, but it's okay. So at 1 battery for a series, let's do parallel first. So let's go to red. Okay, so for a series, for 1 battery, I was at 1.7. So if this is 1, this is 1.3, this is 1.6, so this will be 1.7. For 2 batteries, it was 3.3. So this is 3, so this is about 3.3. And at 3 batteries, we said it was over 5. So we're just going to plot right here. So now that we have our points plotted, we can go to shapes and click line. Make sure you click red, and now we can connect our dots. So we're going to connect this one to this one, and for 2 batteries up here. Okay, so let me fix that. That does not look good. So I can go to my eraser if you don't like yours, and then shapes again, the line. So now I'm on that dot a little bit better. So you can see how it's increasing. And really, if we look at our data, what's the difference between 1.7 and 3.3? Well, that's about 1.6. Let me make that red. So it's 1.6. Well, what's the difference between 3.3 and 5? Well, that's 1.7. So what you're seeing here is as you're increasing the number of batteries, every time you do that, you're increasing by about 1.7. This one's 1.6, but it's pretty close to being 1.7. So for every battery, you're getting 1.7 volts. So 2 batteries would be 1.7 times 2. Well, 1.7 times 2 is 3.4, which that's pretty close to 3.3. And then 1.7 times 3 would be 5.1, and that's pretty close to 5. So our formula for the number of batteries and voltage is the number of batteries times 1.7 equals voltage. So number of batteries here is 1 times 1.7 is 1.7. 2 batteries times 1.7 would be 3.4, and that's pretty close. 3 times 1.7 is 5.1. So that would be the formula. And here I'll write that out. So we'll say that N equals the number of batteries. So for N, 2 times, or the number of batteries times 1.7, we can do it like this. 1.7 times N equals our voltage. So that would be a formula we could create that way. Okay, so now let's look at our data for the number of batteries in a parallel and the voltage we get for that. So we're going to plot that. So go back to your drawing and the color green, because we're going to do parallel now. So for one battery we were at 1.7, so we'll put that there. Two batteries we were still at 1.7. Three batteries we were still at 1.7. So what I want you to see here is that with a series, this is your formula. For every battery that you increase, you're going to increase the voltage another 1.7. But for a parallel circuit, because this is our parallel data, for a parallel circuit, our voltage stays the same no matter how many batteries we add. So a horizontal line is saying that it stays the same. There's no slope, so really the slope is 0, so it's not increasing. So your graphing line is going to be horizontal, so you're not changing anything there. But I hope this helped you understand graphing this data a little better. If you have questions, make sure you email me, and hope you're doing well. Y'all stay safe.